I'm John Fluin here for Innovate Baits TV, down on Innovate Fisheries, CHAWSTON Lakes. What we're going to be doing now in the next couple of months through spring and summer is actually going out with a team from Innovate Baits, showing you some real-time angling on sessional pieces. We've been very lucky to be offered some great spots on some fantastic lakes, starting here at the CHAWSTON Lakes and down with the main man Steve Slater and one of the other guys from Innovate. Hard fishing lake, but plenty of stunning fish in here. So what we're going to be doing is going through some rigs, going through obviously the bait, because that's what we're here to do for you guys, is show you the baits, how we differ from all the other companies out there with our steamies. Go through the range, go through the rigs, go through the sessional pieces with you guys and sort of take it from there. Fish obviously being a fantastic bonus. But as I said, this is now Innovates TV, a new fresh outlook on bait television, how we're going to be doing things on session, real-time angling. You're going to see us in the water, you're going to see us on session. So keep up to date with us on Innovate Baits TV. See you soon.
Well, I don't know what time it is. As you can hear, my voice is pretty groggy, but as you can see from the pictures in front of you, mist rises off the lake and the Innovate logo with a curved rod, ever familiar. Steve's woken me from my pit with the old howl of John, so more than happy. But left hand rod, I say you've actually saw that go out last night. Hinge stiff, which we're actually the rig that we're going to be doing the talk about today, and the proof definitely in the pudding for these baits. So we're going to get some angles on this. We'll keep filming from this camera. You'll also see me dipping in and out of shot, and let's see what comes in the bag hopefully.
Our best laid plans, and in testing conditions we have a lovely CHAWSTON common. Not the biggest fish in the lake by a long way, but a fantastic condition, and this one fell to a stiff hinge rig with a pinky in the far corner of the lake, and we'll do a little bit of a talk about the hinge stiff rig a little bit later. But as I say, not the biggest fish, but fantastic condition, really testing conditions. The lake's been fishing rock hard for the last couple of weeks, and so I'm really pleased with this one. So we'll put her down and we'll get her back, and fingers crossed we'll actually bank another one, because 10 minutes after this one I actually had another one on the other rod and it weeded me up. We went out in the boat and it fell off, so that was a bit sad. So it's looking quite positive, and hopefully we'll get another one on the bank shortly. Less than 24.
Right then, as promised, I say we're going to get all of the team from Innovate Baits. But we've been very lucky to first of all be joined by Steve Slater, owner of Innovate Baits. I'm going to very quickly go through the bait that we're using on the session now, which is the Squid 2T. First bait in the range, mate?
Yes, it was, John. It was the first bait I put together, and the first bait that ever went into a lake, and it's obviously my favourite.
Proven track record though, mate?
It has, mate. It's had a lot of big famous fish from the off, really. Two-tone fat lady, just to name a few. It's got an outstanding record. It holds a lot of fishery records and stuff like that, and I've caught a lot of good fish on it.
Yeah, and still catching today, mate.
Yes, mate, it's done the business today. Fortunately for the cameras, it could have all gone a bit pear-shaped, but the lake's been fishing really hard, John. I mean, it's only been a few fish out the last couple of months, but they appear to have turned on a little bit.
That's it. So you've had two, and so we've lost some in the weed. Unfortunately, it is a weedy lake, but that's that's the challenge of a place like this.
I mean, it's a proper carp lake. It's all part and parcel of it. I mean, you got to think about it. You got to find spots. It's all about presentation and fishing right, fishing the right bait, right presentation, and obviously location.
And these little gems have been the ones for you, mate.
Yeah, my little pinkies.
So
yeah, these ones are little dumbbell ones. Caught a lot of fish on those over the top of squid 2T, or on top of the squid 2T, but today we've been using the stiff rigs, seem to be the ones that are catching the fish. I say all the runs and the fish we've banked have been on the stiff rigs, pinkies, over the top of squid 2T, and basically that's a match for that.
yeah, that's it. It's a part.
But, yeah.
We're on edge. We said at the moment it's really starting to switch on. As I said, we can see fish mooching around. So we've had the runs, but as I said, it's a very good bait. And what makes them individual, mate, is they're esteemed bait, aren't they? And
Yeah, I mean, when I first started making bait, I mean, I think there must be 270 bait companies in this country, and the majority of them, if not 95%, boil.
Yeah.
If I was to get into the industry, I'd do something a little bit different, and obviously steaming is the way I went. You know, I believe in it. I believe in it. It's the best way to go. I mean, the results prove, speak for themselves. So, I mean, you've been a chef, John.
Yeah. So steaming. Obviously, it does. It maintains and retains the nutrients in the bait. And I said at the end of the day, we are dealing with. You've got food grade stuff in you, it's...
Yeah, I mean, most of our stuff is human grade, it's used in the human food industry. I believe in a lot of natural ingredients and a lot of unusual ingredients. It's not just chucking a load of semo and soy and this and that together. You need to excite the fish, you need to get them competing, you need to get them coming back and continuing. The only way you're going to, catch a lot of fish on the water and be top rod, so to speak, and catch all the stock is if you've got something decent, something they want to eat and something they'll keep coming back to.
And it's good for the fish.
It's fantastic for the fish.
Yeah. So
we've noticed on our water here. I mean, we stopped this about 3 years ago, and there's been some real healthy weight gains, and obviously they get fed with a lot of our stuff. And I think 95% of the anglers use innovate baits on here as well. So
it makes sense, and not only does it make sense because it's what's gone in the lake, but you know that you can give someone something that's sort of good confidence in the bag. As you've always told me, it's the ammunition, mate.
Well, that's it. You get the ammo, then it's down to the angler. But having their own fish and having their own lake, obviously we want people to catch nice fish. We want them to get bigger, so we wouldn't put any old rubbish in there, John. We're ultra confident in what we do. We're ultra confident in the bait, and more importantly, we're ultra confident in the food.
Yeah, that's it.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. A lot of higher track baits out there, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of baits that'll catch a fish, but will they catch the same fish over and over and over again? I think this is proven that it does. It catches a lot of hard to catch fish basically, and it repeat catch, phenomenal.
That's it, mate. So as I said, we will go through, there are a lot more baits in the range, but not without saturating it by having loads and loads of baits, because each of them work well on certain places. And I say, when we're travelling around the country with the Innovate TV crew, you will be seeing a lot of different baits in it, and I say we'll go into them in more depth. But today, squid 2T, the magic pinkies.
Squid 2T and the pinkies is the way to go on CHAWSTON today, that's for sure.
There we are, mate. Well, I say we'll catch up more, so we're going to have a rig chat later on with one of the other guys, Chris, and to show a rig that you're catching a fish on, but as I say, we're all using them because of the weed presentation, mate. So awesome, stay tuned for that.
This looks like a mirror. Again, stiff rig with the squid 2T pinky over squid 2T in that far bay. I had a feeling I was going to get taken. It's a common. not a mirror. It's a little bit bigger than the last one for sure. Let's find out there.
Get in the net.
There we go, another one to the hinge stiff rig. Again, a pinky over the squid tootie. This one 22 pounds and ounces. Fantastic condition again, not a mark on it. Fantastic fight, and well, I'm well pleased with that. Fantastic looking fish. So let's hope we get a few more. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit restless, but that's the quality of fish in here, and there must be, I don't know, numerous commons that like this in here. 20, 30 fish over 20 pound, upwards of 30, so well pleased with that one. And I think we'll get the rigs back out there and see if we can get another one. Another cracking condition, common. The CHAWSTON's famous for, as I say, not the biggest one. I mean, they go up to 30 plus in here, but a fantastic looking fish, and I'm happy. It could be 10, 15, 20 or 30 pounds. Doesn't really mean that much to me, the size, but the condition and the quality of the fish, and as I said earlier, in really testing conditions, you've got to be happy with that. I'm here with Chris, Innovate Baits right hand man. He's going to quickly go over the stiffed hinge rig, that we've been using to good effect in the last 24 hours, and I'll hand you over to him. So Chris, show us what it's all about, mate.
Oh yeah, basically a lot of people come to these tricky day ticket waters. I mean, if you don't know anything about CHAWSTON, it's very, very weedy. The situation we've got in front of us today is probably 95% weed, with silt and snags and various other things that you would encounter on a day ticket water. But a couple of rigs that I'd like to go through that work particularly well on this water are the hinge stiff rigs. They've basically been very fashionable over the last few years. Probably the main innovator, I would say, would probably be Terry Hearn. But just to give us complete confidence in the way we're fishing today, these rigs, tend to do the business for us. Just going through the actual mechanics of the rigs, we've actually tweaked it slightly, and there's a couple of little pointers which I'd like to point out. First thing that's quite important we found is to fish the end section or the point section with a very, very stiff. This is actually 25 pound stiff bristle filament, coupled with a D-rig type knotless knot, and it's got an actual screw attachment which actually attaches the bait to the back of the hook for speed. As shown, I don't know if you can actually see that on camera. You've got a very small screw type attachment which actually enables you to put a bait on quickly for speed and ease. It locks in position. That's coupled with a number 11 ring swivel tied loop fashion to an amnesia boom. I mean, the reason why we use amnesia booms is basically the suppleness of the actual boom section, and it's also neutral density, so when this actual rig performs in the water and you foam the actual rig up, you can actually get it ballooning down and actually critically balanced on the bottom, as we will demonstrate later on in the DVD. The other little point I'd like to make on the rig is there's so many hooks and patterns of hooks that are available now, especially for fishing the hinge stiff rig. We've sourced a particularly sharp hook from Vardis, which has a very short point and straight onto a very sharp micro barb. So any sort of finicky little takes that you do get, you find that the fish get hooked fairly quickly because of that situation on the hook. One little tip we do use with it is we actually produce a little foam nugget in your PVA stick, and before casting out we actually clip the PVA nuggets onto the hook, completely embedding the hook. And what that does, when you've found your spot that you're fishing on, hopefully in between the weed beds or even in amongst the weed, it will actually boom its way down and parachute its way down onto the bottom, giving it sufficient time to hold upright. PVA will actually melt and the hook will actually sit pretty for you. You can even use the nuggets, you can easily sight the nuggets out in the lake, and you can actually catapult and bait up over the top.
Well, thanks for that, Chris. So that's the rig that we've been having the fish on, our version of the stiff hinge rig. I keep saying stiff.
Or the hinge stiff rig, it doesn't really matter.
Excellent fish catcher and fantastic hooking potential. Can't recommend it highly enough. So thanks for that, Chris.
Well, looks like it's all kicked off. We've all got lovely carp in the retainers. It's a beautiful little linear carp. Well chuffed to get this one on the bank. Testament to the rigs that were shown earlier in the session. A little stiff hinge rig once again with a yellow squid 2T, cork dust pop up. Yeah, it's my third bite of the session. Unfortunately lost two in the snags on the far margins, but that's fishing. But it's a real old warrior, this one, and well chuffed.
There we are. As I say, it's been a long couple of days for me, hoping and praying, but as I said, right spots again. As I say, panorama, pop-up hinge stiff rig. I know it's been doing it for me everywhere, but as I said, to be on session with the Innovate boys as well, and as I said, it just proves the bait is fantastic. What a stunning old super original fish. Probably one of the first ones in here, Steve. I think you probably agree, mate.
Yes, mate.
You know, absolutely minter. I got another one, but Steve's got yet another 20. So we'll get them both out now, and probably draw the conclusion I got to get on the road. It's been a fantastic session. Good to get down here again after 2 years of being away on other lakes. But what an absolute beauty. So we're going to get some stills of her, slip her back, and then get the others out and knock it on the head, guys. Right then, and there's number two. Unfortunately, Steve is behind the camera, not best impressed because his beautiful 20 commons slipped over the top of his retaining sling. So we're going to invest in one of them for him for the next film. But that's fishing, guys. That's what we're doing. We're doing real angling here, and real things happen to us, but we're honest about it. We mentioned the fish, he knows what it was, we know what it was, and we're not here to lie to you. So this possibly could be the conclusion. All of our rods are still out, still confident. As I said, the rain really did switch them on. But this beautiful, beautiful scaly one, so happy to have this, so happy to be down here, as I keep saying. So as I said, this could be it from this episode of Innovate TV. It's been a fantastic trip, met some great people, and as I said, but we've done it real. We pitched up on swims that were available, and say we've got the right location, got the right bait, and got the right presentation. You know, so we've used rigs to fish in the weed and fish over it onto the clearer, silkier spots. And that's how we've been rewarded, is by these beautiful, beautiful original carp. And that's what Innovate TV is going to be about, guys. Real-time anglers, real fish, doing it properly. So we'll get some stills of this absolute stunner, which I'm still smiling about now. Slip her back and move on to episode number 2. So stay tuned for lots more from the team at Innovate Baits. A lot more bait, a lot more carp, and a lot more good times. Catch you soon.